सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला। पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
How would you like to spend your morning? You could spend your morning like this. Or you could spend it like this.
Tune in to the Morning Ride every weekday morning from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. right here on Today FM, Today's Seed Music.
Tonight, squatters no more while Akutu families relocated to new home. FHL to possibly sell FBCTV shares in PNG. And work begins on multi-million-dollar Navua complex. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and you're watching FBC News. Foreign Minister Ratuinoke Kumbombola has held talks with his Australian counterpart, Julie Bishop, in Sydney. A statement said the meeting resonated with the firm commitment from Australia for the normalisation of bilateral relations at the earliest possible opportunity. Both ministers look forward to continuing dialogue in areas of mutual cooperation, which were initially discussed on the margins of the UN General Assembly last month. Ratuinoke travelled through Sydney en route from Palm 6 Interim Ministerial Review meeting in Japan. 7 families of Wailekutu in Lami will soon be relocated to a new site that they will be able to call home. The families were squatting on land belonging to the father-in-law home, but were told to leave to make way for development works by Williams and Goslings. As Apisolome Doka reports, it's the collaboration between all stakeholders involved that's resulted in this successful relocation.
Originally from Daku village in Tailevu, these squatters were told to make way for the new Williams and Goslings complex to be constructed here in Wailekutu, Lami.
So my job was to try to satisfy everyone while developing this property. So when I saw that, I knew that they needed to be moved for Williams and Goslings to achieve their objectives.
The Matangalina Tonre of Kororiwonu village also got involved, providing land for the squatters as well as keeping the roads opened.
We saw that we will not have access by road. We will have to follow the river. The reason we conducted negotiations with William and Goslings, the father-in-law home and government, which resulted in William and Gosling and father-in-law home exchanging land, and I gave my land for the Ndaku people to come and lease. At the same time, we also have road access.
I am pleased that at the end of the day, the 3 parties basically involved in this partnership, will have to live with each other till kingdom come, basically.
This deal would have not been made possible, has been previously mentioned, without the tremendous contribution by government. The understanding and goodwill of the Matangalina Tonre, whose land Daku tenants will be relocated in exchange for the church giving road access to enter their Matangali land.
The Ministry for Lands gave a $35,000 check to the Matangalina Tonre for leasing out their land, where these people will live as tenants and not squatters. Apisolome Doka, FBC News.
Fijian Holdings Limited may be forced to sell a majority of its FBCTV shares in Papua New Guinea. It's understood the PNG government will introduce a new media law that will impact the company's investment there. FBCTV has 100% ownership of the PNG-based EMTV. Chanel Sivan reports.
Fijian Holdings Limited Chief Executive Nuzab Farid has confirmed that Papua New Guinea will soon adapt to a new media ownership law. Farid says this law would mean that they will have to sell 51% of their shares to locals.
PNG is going to adopt a new media law. If media law says that the major shareholding of a newspaper or any media or television to be with a local resident or resident company, yes, we are a law-abiding citizen. We are a good corporate citizen. We will always comply with the law.
Farid says this will be a major challenge for the group.
We will take challenge as it comes. And I'm sure if the law says that you can't have 51%, right now we own 100% of Media New Guinea. So if the law says that you can't even have 51%, we have to comply with the law.
Farid has also revealed that just a few months ago the company started a new company in PNG called Sky PNG, a replica of the Fijian company Sky Pacific.
Recently we started a company just to replicate our Sky business in Fiji, which is not in PNG. So we want to take that to PNG, yes.
How was that? Is it successful?
No, it's just about to start. So the company has started, but we have not moved in there. There can be a moderate business.
The FHL says their revenue for the last financial year was $233 million, from which an $18.68 million profit was made. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
Work on a $5 million shopping complex got underway in Navua this morning. While there's hope the complex will lift the image of the town as well as boost investor confidence, those behind the project say it's the people of Navua they hope will benefit the most. Chanel Sivan has more.
Situated in the heart of Navua town, the two-story complex, when completed, is sure to increase economic activity. Investing $5 million is no mistake for B. Prasad and Sons, and the man behind it all says he's done for the people.
I just, like Navua people, and I like because I was never born rich. I was a very poor person. I started with my everything on a grassroots. And that's why I'm looking. If I get chance anywhere else, maybe like Talebu, maybe like Navua or small towns, I love to, and do my investment there. So the people over there, they can get the job.
At the groundbreaking ceremony this morning, Attorney General and Minister for Trade, Ayaz Sayed Khayoum, welcomed the investment.
It's Fijian businesses and businessmen like Mr. Prasad who have in fact led the growth. And in fact, they also send a very, very strong message and signal to would-be investors who want to come from overseas to show them that there is a lot of confidence by the locals in Fiji's economy.
The ground floor is going to be the MH's homemaker, and the other 10 shops are going to be, 6 will going to go my existing tenants, and the upstairs we're going to have 3 halls. Which will, that's for the people to get, like wedding.
This project is expected to finish in the next 1.5 years. The Prasads are confident in investing $5 million here. Chanel Shivan, FBC News.
The Asian Productivity Organization says Fiji continues to play a leading role in the region as the only Pacific Island nation under its umbrella. As Christopher Chand reports, the 54th session of the APO meeting in Fiji is crucial as we continue to look at ways of improving our economy.
Fiji has been a member of the APO for 29 years and continues to be a significant contributor.
Fiji acted as if the sort of pivotal between the APO and the surrounding countries which are not members of the APO. So that is a very sort of important part of the role of Fiji.
Although there have been several setbacks to our growth as a country, it is forecasted to increase by 3.6% this year, one of the highest in recent years.
And there has been certain shocks like the military coups and the disturbances that we had for a brief period. If you see the growth rate over the years, we have also recorded for even negative growth for long periods. But the good news now is from 1 to 2% this year, we are actually doing already at 3%.
Prakash says our productivity could increase further with the government showing commitment to crucial sectors in the economy.
Next budget, I think the nation is looking forward to even more support, not only to the governmental institutions, especially the private sector. I think it is collectively the sum total of all these that will see Fiji leverage itself in terms of higher incomes and wealth and productivities.
With the meeting coming to our shores for the first time in 20 years, it not only shows Fiji's leading role in this part of the world, but the potential we have for a thriving and productive country. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
Just ahead, WOWs to register a separate organization.
Bola, oya wasala bilawa. Do pataki au mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka. Kako ni valatana no musini sari na kaisa moriendo loloma leone wani ni nau. Omgori ke de mena diwa kina tini karona kaloko na single boni moniti kina vagaromboka na Bula FM number 2 en sere.
Bula, I'm Wame. Join me every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on The Center Show with classic hits from the 70s as well as the 80s right here on Gold FM.
Welcome back. You're watching FBC News. A self-employed man appeared in the Suva Magistrates Court today charged with 3 counts of pretending to be an officer. Samuel Zink of Lami has been charged under a provision of the Fiji Independent Commission Against Corruption, promulgation number 11 of 2007. It's alleged Zink falsely pretended to be a FICAC officer on various occasions with 3 different businessmen between March 2012 and June this year. Zink has been released on bail with strict conditions and will reappear in court next month. He is not allowed to apply for travel documents, and the Immigration Department has to be aware of this order. Walk On Walk Strong Fiji Foundation is now working on registering as a separate organization. The foundation had earlier opted to work with the Fiji Cancer Society. However, the recent saga within the society that's led to the freezing of funds has had them thinking otherwise. Ritika Pratap has more.
WOW's founder Sinakami says the decision to now separately register in Fiji has been made so they can maintain their reputation.
The people who has been supporting the WOW's campaign, we decided the best way to do it is to protect also the WOW's name and the brand name, because it's our daughter's song, and we don't want anything to happen again in the future.
WOW's had earlier decided that they would not register separately in Fiji, as the Fiji Cancer Society was already established. It was decided back then that they would support the work of the society. Kami says all paperwork are complete and they are now waiting approval from the registrar's office.
It will allow us to continue with the fundraising, and we know that the fund goes direct to who we want to support here in Fiji, especially the children.
Despite the difficulties, Kami says they are keen to register separately, as they are overwhelmed by the support shown by the people.
It's not just me, the support of the people from here in Fiji, they are the one who come up and help, and without their support we won't be able to have the WOWs here in Fiji. Maybe I just go back every year and do the WOWs in Tonga, but because the public has come up in support, and that's why we're doing it.
WOWs is planning to host a party for children diagnosed with cancer next month before she heads to Tonga to prepare for another Walk On Walk Strong campaign. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports has embarked on a new initiative in grooming Itauke youths to become traditional leaders of tomorrow. And the ministry is pleading with elders to give it understanding and acceptance.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports has high regard for young people and strongly believes in their ability to become great traditional leaders.
We have experienced that. We have seen that many of our people who have gone through our training have become leaders, like Turani Koro.
The demand for traditional leadership training is increasing, according to the Permanent Secretary, who says most Itauke elders are behind the initiative.
These youths, they have a lot of strength. They are assets to our nation. They have a lot of energy to bring about change in the village and in the settlements.
However, there's still some in the Itauke society who aren't so keen on the idea.
Depends on us as elders in the villages. If we change our mindset to build trust in these youths, to build faith in these youths, and then the youth will also change.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports has organized more traditional leadership trainings for 2014. Mikalonga, FBC News.
Organisers of talent show Fiji Dancing Superstar are impressed by the talent shown by youths in Fiji. So far, 37 contestants have been selected from the West. Director Sandeep Narayan says after the Singatoka edition on Saturday, the team moves to the Central Division.
In Suba, that will be the auditions for Navua, Nosori and the Suba contestants. They will be participating in that.
60 top dancers will be selected through the auditions, and the mega audition will be held on the 10th of November, where the top 20 finalists will be chosen. And we turn to sports now. Jamie, I hear there's a bit of an injury scare in the Fijian Bati.
Reports from England indicate that it's nothing too concerning at the moment, so I'm sure boys will bounce back quick enough.
Well, with the physicality of that game yesterday, I'm surprised nobody was hospitalized.
That's the beauty of rugby league, Jackie. They're trained for the big hits. We'll have the details on this and more after the break.
नमस्ते दोस्तों, मिर्ची रफ्तार से मैं अश्निल सिंह। शामिल हो जाइए हमारे साथ मंडे टू फ्राइडे फ्रॉम 3 to 7 p.m.
Nimbula, methangu nimilote na isoro tumboa. Nama kia umenarua kinaona na vekavi moniti kina vakarombuka. Rongo mena vya sana kina vivaga barota kinin reko malolo. Ena radio Fiji wana na wongani pioniano. Ngai nama kia kina.
Welcome back. Hard runs during yesterday's Rugby League World Cup opener against Ireland has Vodafone Fiji Mbati's Sims brothers, Coben and Tariq, on the injury assessment list. But not to worry, as team management's confident some good R&R will get all reps back up and ready to face Australia next. While recovery is paramount, coach Rick Stone has shifted focus to the whole new ball game that the Kangaroos will bring on Sunday. Elena McDonald has more.
Pride for the white jumper. It's what's driving the Fiji Mbati in England. While injury niggles get tended to, weaknesses against the Irish is being formulated into strengths ahead of the clash with the Kangaroos.
I said to the boys I thought we defended with a little bit too much emotion, and our penalties obviously, our discipline was poor. We need to improve a couple of those areas. Probably our edge defence, we need to sort of be a bit smarter and organise our numbers a bit better.
The same 17 are likely to be kept, with attention to detail now being on teamwork and game control.
We need a bit more composure on both sides of the footy, in attack and defence. And at the moment, a lot of our defenders were too interested in the contact and the collision rather than sort of working together. So that's going to be our main theme for the week, is working together defensively.
The Mbati may currently top their group, but they're under no illusion that the Roos will be tough to beat.
Yeah, the game against Ireland, they were using the left edges a lot. So Tim Sheens was at the games yesterday, as well as the England coach. I think so if there's one area they will try and attack us on, that will be on the edges.
It will only get harder from here, but the Mbati are ready. Elena McDonald, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Fiji Mbati skipper Petro Dibonideva says the team is overwhelmed with the support they're receiving from fans here at home. The veteran forward adds this has inspired the players to ensure they don't let the fans down each game they play at the World Cup.
We're getting some great messages every day from plenty of emails, plenty of Facebook messages, and it means so much to the boys here. And we're a long way away from Fiji, but it means so much, and it hit home. It hits home, when you're wearing the Fiji Bati jersey, about playing with pride and passion.
Andrew Ndela is the latest inclusion into the flying Fijian side, currently in France. He has replaced an injured Veronique Ngoneva. Also ruled out is Waiseanaya Levu, who has failed a fitness test, and a replacement will be named later by coach Inoke Male. Meanwhile, Fiji rep Nemani Nandolo has been named in the Crusaders Super Rugby squad in 2014. Australian Sevens club Northern Suburbs have been billed as a team to be reckoned with at this year's Coral Coast Sevens tournament in Singatoka. The side defeated Coral Coast defending champions Red Rock in the Central Coast Sevens tournament in Australia last weekend, and officials are confident the side can give our local teams a run for their money. Talendau Dakadaka reports.
24 teams will square up in the rugby-mad town for the Bailey's Fiji Coral Coast Sevens. Northern Suburbs comes into this year's tournament on the back of an impressive outing at the Central Coast Sevens.
A team from Sydney who's really taken to Sevens in the last month or so. They won the Sydney Premiership Sevens, also won the Byron Bay Sevens, and then of course they beat Red Rock in the final 38-24 in a terrific final. And if we can get that a repeat of that game or the quality that they showed, 2 or 3 Australian representatives, another one who's played for Samoa, and several up-and-comers, I think they'll be a real threat at the Bailey's Fiji Coral Coast Sevens next month.
The tournament has a thing for unveiling some of our former Sevens stars, such as Chochi Rangamate. With the digital Fiji Sevens players to feature for their local clubs, this will add more depth to the competition and allow coach Ben Ryan to select the best squad for the next IRB series leg.
Yeah, we're absolutely delighted with that. We think this tournament is ideally positioned to pick the team for Dubai and Port Elizabeth. And speaking to Ben Ryan a couple of weeks ago, he's looking to do that for this tournament. We're fully behind Ben and what he's trying to do in the squad this season. We know that it's a crucial year for Fiji and all the teams on the World Series, with not only the series itself, but really getting ready for the qualification for Rio 2016.
The tournament is shaping up to be another thrilling competition for fans who will converge to Lawanga Park for a 3-day Sevens showpiece from the 14th to the 16th of next month. Talendo Dakavak, FBC Sports.
Cricket Fiji Development Officer Joe Rika has been appointed the assistant coach for the East Asia Pacific team, which will play in the Australian Country Championships in January. This is the first step in the right direction for Rika, as he is now retired as a player and is hoping to make it big as a coach. Shelvin Chan reports.
Joe Rika has been outstanding as a player. He hopes to do the same as a coach. He was nominated by Cricket Fiji for the regional gig.
Great opportunity, no doubt, but there's a lot of hard work that's going to be needed of me and the coach. But we've got a really good squad that I'm looking forward to working with, and it's a good opportunity for me and for Cricket Fiji as well.
Rika has already started making headways. He's been able to contact Fijian players abroad interested to play for the nation.
I've got a good core squad based here in Fiji of players who are still young and very talented and still very keen on representing the country. And with the mixture that we can get from overseas, I'm sure we can create a formidable side just like the rugby league that's playing now in England.
Afghanistan is proof that any team with the right drive can make it to the epitome of the sport, the World Cup.
Afghanistan, all of their players play cricket in another country. So they're not all based in Afghanistan. All of them play in Pakistan and India.
Apart from Rika, players Sekove Ravoka and Villa Megona have made the extended EAP squad. Shalvin Chan, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, tomorrow at 8:40 a.m. you can watch Newcastle take on Manchester City in the Capital One Cup, live and exclusive on FBCTV. That's it from Sports Tonight. Good evening.
Fiji Airways has announced its intention to rebrand its regional subsidiary Pacific Sun, and it's giving the people of Fiji the opportunity to suggest a new name for the airline. A competition is now open, and one condition is that entries must include the name Fiji in it. Fiji Airways Managing Director and CEO Stephen Pitchler says Pacific Sun provides an invaluable link for Fiji's major domestic ports to Nadi and Suva, as well as maintain an important Pacific link in the Fiji Airways network. He adds the time is right to create an identity for Pacific Sun, an identity that Fiji can be proud of and one which will resonate with customers. Well, the time now, Jen, give us an update.
Thanks, Jackie. Looking at the map, it was fine conditions in the morning for most centres, with showers in the afternoon. There were also more thunderstorms in Lambasa. Temperatures are set at 31 degrees for Ba and Nadi. They are the warmest today. Suva is still the coolest on 27. Aside from some cloudy weather tomorrow and a bit of sun in Lambasa, we're going to have a rather wet Thursday. Easterly winds will be at 15 to 20 knots, seas moderate to rough, and moderate southerly swells. Before I go, here's a photo taken at Tukavesi in Vakandrove, sent in by Vijay Maisuria. Vijay's from Ba and got this on camera while visiting Vanuatu. And that was weather. Thanks for the company.
Thanks so much for that, Jen. The headlines again. Joint operation between landowners Williams and Goslings and Fatherlaw Homes sees squatting Wailakutu families relocated to new home. New PNG media law could see FHL selling Fiji TV shares there, and work begins on multi-million-dollar complex in Navua. To the poll question now, and we ask, should taxes for alcohol and cigarettes be increased in the 2014 budget? Visit the FBC website to take part. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. That's news tonight. Until tomorrow, good evening.
जहाँ हो प्यार का बसेरा और रिश्तों की खुशबू, वो है आपका अपना घर संसार. Join me on घर संसार, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. only on Radio Fiji 2.
Hope you're enjoying the music right now on Gold FM. Only the classic hits, especially if you're spending your time at home or around the office. I certainly hope you're taking it easy and enjoying the music coming your way. Well, I got a whole lot more to keep you moving and to keep you going right up until you reach knock-off time. I'm Kara. Join me every weekday from 2 to 7 on The Ride, only on Gold FM.